How can dependency theory be applied to specific countries? How can dependency theory be applied to specific countries? This question opens up a fascinating discussion about the economic dynamics in Latin America. Dependency theory provides a framework to understand why some Latin American nations struggle to develop economically. It suggests that these countries are not poor due to a lack of resources or effort. Instead, their economic challenges stem from their position in the global economy, where they depend on wealthier nations for trade, investment, and technology. In the mid-20th century, dependency theory gained traction in Latin America as countries faced ongoing economic difficulties despite having abundant natural resources. The theory argues that many Latin American nations primarily export raw materials, such as minerals and agricultural products, to industrialized countries. In return, they import costly manufactured goods. This trade relationship keeps their economies from developing their own industries and makes them reliant on foreign markets. Let's look at Brazil as a specific example. Brazil has a robust export sector, focusing on agricultural products and minerals. It sends these goods to countries like the United States and China while importing high-tech products. This pattern keeps Brazil dependent on foreign markets and limits its ability to develop advanced industries domestically. Chile presents another case. The nation exports significant amounts of copper but relies heavily on imports for manufactured goods. Peru follows a similar trend, exporting minerals and fishmeal while depending on foreign countries for industrial products. These examples illustrate how dependency theory applies to specific countries by showing their economic structures. International institutions like the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund also play a role in this dynamic. These organizations often requiring countries to adopt policies that reduce government spending and open markets to foreign competition. While these policies aim to stimulate growth, dependency theorists argue that they can increase reliance on foreign capital and technology. From a cultural standpoint, dependency theory resonates with many Latin Americans. They often view their countries as trapped in a system that benefits wealthier nations at their expense. This perspective is reflected in literature, politics, and public discourse, where there is a strong desire for greater economic independence. In summary, applying dependency theory to specific countries involves examining their export-import patterns, the influence of international trade, and how global policies shape their development. This theory helps explain why many Latin American nations remain economically vulnerable, and highlights the cultural push for policies that support local industry and reduce foreign dependence.